All right, so we're going to continue in the little office, episode 2. And I've been looking at this thing for a little while and I think I changed my mind. I could do that, just like we all can. So, what did I decide to do now? Well, I got some pieces of OSB, and I'm thinking of covering this area here with OSB, because then I can screw into any part of the wall and not have to be tied into a stud. So the OSB will be tied into the studs, but then the chargers or anything else that I want up on this wall can just be attached to the OSB, which is attached to the studs, and we can be okay. It'll be secure enough. So I changed my mind. So I'm going to take this down, take the shelf down, put OSB up to the bottom of the shelf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil and I'm going to scribe a line. And what I want to do, whenever you go to scribe, something, basically all we're doing is we're going to get the pencil in the surface where it's sharpened up against the wood and just trace that line. Right? All we're going to do now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to lay your pencil this way, because then you get that gap between the piece of wood and the lead of your pencil. Right? So what you want to do is you want to lean it to where the sharpened edge sits flat with the wood, and that's what I'm going to do. Now you also don't want to lay your pencil too far leaning, because then the lead will actually be behind or underneath the piece that you're scribing. Right? This is only to scribe to the edge of something, not necessarily scribe like a countertop. You don't want to do it this way. That's a different way. We'll talk about that when we get to that. So, some of you might have noticed that I got a pretty big flag there. I like that flag. I like it a lot. And some of you might have noticed that I have 2 flags there. Doesn't mean I have a split mind. Just to make it clear, that's my flag. That one there, that's where I was born. I'd be stupid not to be proud of that. But I'd be either more stupid or just plain ignorant if I wasn't proud of that one. So I'm going to go with the OSB up to that line there, and I'm going to stop right where that receptacle is. And I'm going to cut it 19 3/4. So I cut it a little bit shorter because I could always lift it up, and that's fine down here, but I wanted it to be good at the line. If I would have cut it exact and there's a discrepancy in the table, then I would be fighting the elevation and I'd have to cut it again. So a little shorter, that'll be good on my line up above. Space on the bottom won't matter. As a matter of fact, it'll give a little bit of space, just enough for the refrigerator cord to sneak underneath this plywood and the bench top. And obviously right now you can't even see the bench top because of all this mess. Hopefully we'll take care of some of that today. And now I could actually put these brackets pretty much anywhere, but I'm still going to go with at the studs. Some of you guys are going to remember why I did not use a screw gun and instead used a screwdriver. Actually, not a screw gun, but an impact driver. And instead used a screwdriver. They're flatheads, and sometimes it's just way more frustrating to use a tip on one of these because it keeps slipping out. Lost for words. You can't see it, but so I have a cleat on this side. I know I called it a bracket yesterday, but anyways, it's a cleat, a bracket. I gotta cut a notch on this right here to let it in at that wall connection. So now I just want to thank everybody that watched the video yesterday, the first video. And if you're watching it tonight, this one, thanks again. Thanks again. So Let me bring you in a little bit closer. No, not to me, but to the work surface. All right. All right, so I don't know if you can see that line. Lighting's not that great in here, I guess, but there's a line there. If you can't see it, take my word for it. Same thing here. But most people are going to say safety first, safety first. Make sure your blade is not all the way down. I'm not saying they're wrong. Basically saying safety first, and I agree that you want to keep all of these, right? I've been in the trade for, well, a long time, and I still have all my digits. Hopefully I don't cut one off today, but I don't remember. There's a guy on TV, he did the Dirtiest Jobs show, and he's saying safety third. I've heard what he has to say, and I have to agree on a lot. Sometimes we overdo it. What I'm going to tell you is when you come to cut pieces where you have an inside corner, right? I'm going to tell you, drop your blade all the way. So I'm going to drop my blade all the way. And the reason for that is, first off, I'm not going to put my hand behind my blade, which is the most dangerous place to put your hand, behind your blade, because if it kicks back, it's going to go right into your hand. But what I want to do is I want to get the full thickness of the blade, or the full thickness of the board cut with as little bit of blade as possible. So I'm going to go into it, I don't know if you can see, about that much. And I won't have any overcuts, maybe minor, and I won't have to finish it off with a handsaw. Sometimes production is necessary, because if you don't have production, then you won't have a job to be safe at. So you can be safe and take too long, and you know, you did what they asked you to, safety first, but your production level wasn't good, so safety third. So, very little overcut, and it cut all the way through. Right now, this is 1/2 inch. So, I got a phone call. It was my friend Danny. And I put it on pause, and then got to building and forgot to start the camera. So anyways, I got all the bottom attached, got the brackets in, got both brackets in, and I'm gonna get this back up there. We'll see how it goes. Well, here we go again, just in case. still good. And I do that because Danny said that he watched the video and he would have called me on it. So this one's for you, Danny. Alright, I'm going to try to get it up there by myself. Hopefully I don't drop it, hurt myself or anything else. But par for the course. So now we're back where we were last night, and the mosquitoes are eating me alive. Hopefully that light will work. I bought it for mosquitoes, so man, they're eating me alive. Alright, so I've been thinking about some of the stuff that went on yesterday in the video, some of the things that I said, and the aim of me doing this. And then starting today with actually changing my mind on how this was going to operate. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm bilingual, and in Spanish, to change your mind, you say me arrepentí. I arrepentí. Changed my mind. Although it doesn't capture the essence, it's more I repented. I repented. In other words, I changed. I was going that way. And then I changed. Now I'm going that way. I repented. Chew on that for a little while. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put multi-strips, multi-power strips here for whatever I need, and I want to have a bank of battery chargers here. And it's not permanent. It's not going to be its final, the final version. It's going to be similar to what was here for temporary, but this will be a little bit better, quote unquote, because I'll have 3 chargers where I only have 2 chargers. But at the same time, it's still going to be temporary. And really, all this is temporary. All this is temporary. Interesting. I repented, and all this is temporary. All right. I kind of want to start stuffing this full of junk, but I don't know if that light's working. I'm still getting eaten alive. Well, I'm going to start getting stuff out of my way and kind of just rat holing them in there for now. One for me. 2,000 for them though. Oh man. I was sharing with you yesterday that we just moved in about 3 weeks ago, and We moved because the environment of where we were was getting toxic, and we had to remove ourselves from that. And we got here, and it was good. It was a good change. It feels good. There's peace of mind. There's a mental relief. There's still stress, but it's a different type of stress. And one of the things that we quickly learned, first off, the people here are just beautiful. They're wonderful. They're kind. They are hospitable. Not that our friends and our family were not hospitable where we were, but these are strangers. They don't know us. And one of the things that we quickly learned, and I suppose that we'll continue to learn, is that they expected us to come here and become one of them. We had to come and then become one of them. They accepted us as one of them. They didn't exclude any of us, any of my family, for any reason. And they, at least in the short time that I've been here, I haven't experienced that. I have experienced nothing but kindness and open arm hospitality. I say that because a lot of my cousins, they come over here. I came over here. I'm not from here, but I'm from here because I became. If I don't like it here, again, I wasn't born here. But if I came here, or even if I was brought here, I grew up here. This is where I'm from. And some of my cousins, they come here and they want to turn that into that. Well, I say, if I miss it, and I'm speaking about myself, right? If I miss it so much, I should probably go back. I've been back. I don't want to go back. I like it here because I've become. Now I know that right now is a time to hate and loathe and disdain, trample upon that. Wow. Unbelievable. What's more unbelievable to me is leadership. Leadership from here. Is trying to pander and cater don't know about you, that's insulting to me, that you want to pander because why doesn't that insult you, that they are pandering? That's insulting to me. That's like if I have less intelligence. I'd rather be judged by what I have here and what comes out of here than this. Now I know that some of you out there in the Orale camp are gonna say that I'm washed. Is that what that means? How are you washed? Now, at the end of the day, even this is temporary. And unless you repent, it doesn't matter how you're washed. Unless it's, I cut myself here. Right? I cut myself here and I started bleeding. That's what happens when you cut yourself, you start bleeding. Well, a while back, there was a carpenter that bled. He bled. And unless you're washed with his blood, it don't matter how you're washed. And he says, this don't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter. See, what you do with him is what matters. So, in these times of uncertainty and downright craziness, lawlessness, hate, I want to change your mind. You might want to change your mind. Hasta luego, family.